Hello, Steve Mills here. It's great to be back on the Results podcast and good to be sharing some more content, thoughts and ideas with you today. So today I wanted to talk to you about work, specifically the work that you do. And as a business owner, I'll always remember a very good friend of mine when I first told him that I was going to start my own business. He said, "Fantastic, that's brilliant news, Steve." He said, "Do you know what's the best thing about running your own business?" I said, "No, what?" He said, "Oh, you only have to work half a day." And I looked at him a little bit quizzically and I said, What do you mean half a day?" He said, "No, it's true. You only have to work half a day when you run your own business." He said, "Not only that, but you get to pick which 12 hours those are." And obviously I laughed at that. And then many years, or just a few years later, actually, I believe I thought to myself, how true is that? We work a phenomenal amount of effort. We put a phenomenal amount of time in. And as business owners, I'm sure I don't need to tell you that. Now, having been in business for now over a quarter of a century, I'd certainly done my time. I've put a phenomenal amount of time in, like everybody does, like you do. And, throughout that time, I look back and do I regret any of it? Yeah, absolutely I do. I regret, really, I suppose, doing the things that I shouldn't be doing. And not spending more time working at growing my business. There would be a couple of things that I'd say. And what I want you to do, and the purpose of this podcast, is to get you thinking about the word no. What are you going to stop doing in order to be able to spend more time on the development of your business? That's ultimately what this is about. So what I'm thinking of is if you made a list of everything that you do now, just on a piece of paper or, on a spreadsheet or Word doc, whatever you want to do, and you write down what it is you have to do. And that could be anything from, I have to do the admin, and I do the marketing, and I sell, and, I do business planning, and I phone clients, and I speak to clients, I do client work, I do, whatever it is you do. Then what I'd like you to do is to get another piece of paper, and I'd like you to divide it into 3 columns from top to bottom. And in the left-hand column, I'd like you to write the word £10. In the middle column, I'd like you to write the word £100. And on the right-hand side, the word £1,000. Then I'd like you to take each and every one of your tasks that you've got on your other sheet of paper, and I want you to put it in one of those columns. So if it's something that you could pay somebody £10 for doing, and when I say £10, I mean round about £10. So for example, if I decided doing my bookkeeping or doing invoicing was a £10 task, it might be, certainly in this country, that you pay somebody £12 or perhaps £15 to do that. It's a little bit above, but still include that as a £10 task. Then I want you to think of all your sort of middle value tasks. So your £100 tasks, what would you have to pay somebody £100 for? And again, you look at the financial side of your business, and you could say, to do your accounts, would be, even if you've got the skills, you might not be the best person to do them. And, you could pay somebody £100 to do that. Or it could be something like copywriting, or perhaps developing a new website or a new landing page or something like that. You could pay somebody, 50 to 150, let's say, pounds to do that type of work. Then you've got the other work, the £1,000 work. So what would £1,000 work be? Well, that could be anything from, marketing, selling, strategic work, putting business plans together, perhaps doing your own marketing, and so on and so forth. Anything, if I'm in a meeting with a client and I spend an hour in that meeting, and at the end of the meetings they've bought my £12,000 program, really you could argue that I've just earned the company 12 grand in an hour. So that is certainly for me like £1,000 task. Very, very valuable, and something I'd like to be doing a lot more often. Now, what you're going to do then, your next job is to say no to the £10 tasks. You're going to find a way, and I know it's going to be difficult, and I know, there's perhaps some of them that you like doing, or some of them that you're even good at doing. But your job over the next, and don't get me wrong, you might not be able to just do it overnight, but your job is to find somebody who can do that work. Either that or just stop doing it. If you're posting on Twitter and that's not winning you any business, and it never has won you any business, then why are you doing it? And so, you might want to either think about getting rid of a task and or getting somebody to do that task. I outsourced bookkeeping many years ago for a couple of reasons. One, it used to take me an amazing amount of time. Two, I wasn't very good at it, so there was loads of little mistakes, and I just find it really frustrating as well. I couldn't find 50p somewhere, and I'd spend 2 hours trying to find 50p just to reconcile my bookkeeping, and it just drove me mad. And I knew that somebody else would be much better at it than me. And that's why I got rid of that. So I want you to think about that. How can you get rid of the tasks that you could pay somebody £10 to do? Now, once you've done that, my question is, what are you going to do with your spare time? Because you're going to have some more spare time. Now, it might be that some of it you go, do you know what? I'm going to finish work at 3:00 every Friday. That's what I'm going to do. Or maybe lunchtime on Friday. Whatever you feel you would like to do. It could be that you think, do you know what? This has given me an extra 5 to 8 hours a week. I'm going to put that into selling and marketing, because I'm going to be, in the next 12 months, I'm really going to be committed to growing that business. I'm going to do whatever it takes, and we're going to ramp up the sales and marketing effort, because ultimately the only way for you to grow your business is to sell more. You've got to become better at selling and marketing, or as I like to call it, generating leads and converting leads. And that's the whole ball of wax. So I think that's about it. That's all I wanted to say as far as today's podcast concerned. Obviously, if you would like to meet up with me, I'd be very happy to see if we can arrange that. To do that, best way is to go to my website, which is steve-mills.com. On there, you'll see a big gold button. If you click that, that'll give you access to my diary and you can book a meeting. So that's it. Thank you ever so much for listening, and I look forward to speaking to you again on the next edition of the Results Podcast. Thank you.